Alright guys, this is game number 3 of HasuObs versus Monchi. In the top left we have formerly ESC Monchi. His name comes from a nickname in real life called Simon Chichi. And I don't know if they actually say it that way in German, but I'm pretty sure they do. Unless it's a sh sound, which it might be. But in the bottom right corner on Ohana, we have Mousesports HasuObs. These two German fighters have shown great PvP skills. We saw an early game disaster for Monchi and a late game disaster for HasuObs. So I predict that HasuObs will go for that early game pressure like he did last time, or I should say in the first game, simply to keep Monchi off his feet, because Monchi goes for that first nexus way before HasuObs does. HasuObs loves early pressure, and I did it again. Pick that up. And I'm really stoked to see what this third game will bring us. It doesn't look like either of them is going. Neither did gas first. Again, the gateway gas is something that you just kind of expect to see in a PvP. It more than anything. Ooh, he hit the gateway in the top right. Monchi does scout a lot, so he'll see it eventually. But I'm more curious as to the reason for this. He's doing another one. Magnetic core. If you put out a pylon down here, it might look like he's forge fast expanding. He's just really late at it. For further mind games, the only reason to hide something is you're going to do something kooky. So unless he's just trying to throw off Monchi like he's throwing off me right now. He could be just doing it for kookiness' sake. We are seeing another gas out of Monchi as per usual, and then we'll go for the Nexus around 5 minutes, 6 minutes. The Stalker and Warp Gate coming out for HasuObs. Warp Gate going to be a little later for Monchi, but he does Chrono Boost it as HasuObs Chrono Boost Gateway for this early pressure. I'm sure he's going to be doing. Yep, he's Chrono Boosting out. He's got 2 Zealots. He's going to do a 3 Stalker push, I'm assuming, and as long as he keeps his pylons coming, he'll be able to, keep chunking out all those Stalkers. This one will finish right after his Stalker finishes, and the second gas is out for HasuObs. We have a Stargate again, but this time it's at home for Monchi. I wonder, will it be a Void Ray to assist against these 3 Stalkers that are coming in, or what will he do? I mean, he's got a Stalker of his own coming out. We still have no Chrono Boosted Warp Gate for HasuObs. He spends all his Chrono on the Gateway just to keep chunking out those Stalkers, of which he has 3 now, into a commanding advantage, given the limited number of each. But this one Zealot, if he keeps microing, will be SOL. And 2 Stalkers coming together. The third one comes together, and there's the flank a little bit hidden behind the foliage. And look at that awesome micro by HasuObs, microing 2 separate groups. And looks like Monchi's going to just run in with these 2, and HasuObs is going to do the same. He's got a Force Stalker right now. We took out one of his Stalkers. That's such a good idea. And HasuObs comes back with his first 3 Stalkers up here, as we see some furious micro from HasuObs. Monchi is taking the probe lead, and we have Warp Gate going for both players right now. Great force field keeping that Zealot, who's just auto-programmed and probably not being microed, from getting to those probes. Now HasuObs has a great army advantage at home, but we do have 3 Phoenixes, excuse me, 4 Phoenixes coming out for Monchi, and they will just dart in. There are no cannons. There's no home stalkers. They're coming in for the push. These 3 Phoenix are going to come out, but there is always the force field to keep HasuObs out, because he doesn't have Blink this time. He doesn't even have a Twilight Council yet. He's going for the open gateway, which, look at that, Monchi just saw, picked up this free sentry, as it were. No shields for that one. It could pick up both of these stalkers to make sure that neither of them will get attacked. But we are looking at one dying. Oh, look at that. No dying. We've got stalkers coming on back. But look at this. Just watch the probe count die before another Nexus come out, and we have robotics facility coming down for Monchi, and we have 5 P9 out for Blink on the way for HasuObs to fight off these Phoenix, and Zealots coming out for Monchi for home defense. This is, I love these games. I love StarCraft. If you love StarCraft, you know, love it with me. And we have a transfer of probes coming down from HasuObs. I wonder why we put them back here, except maybe to just save space. Any space is essential in the late game, so early planning does really help out. If you just kind of slapdash all of your buildings around, you're in real trouble later in the game. The probe saturation for HasuObs, since he does that second base, is so much better than Monchi's, who's getting about 80% with all these probes on here. You really want to go, or he's getting, you know, technically 100% of time on minerals with all of those probes there. But there is this, they're chasing the Phoenix, and these Blink Stalkers 1, 2 Phoenix taken out, and there's more pressure. Again, HasuObs went for this early build, early pressure build, because he did so well in the first game. If he lets it go to late game, he knows Monchi's got the slightly better macro, or at least decision making when it comes to macro, that puts him at an advantage on the Colossi. And the only thing I've seen the Colossi, or more Colossi, or Archon Colossi, or just a couple Void Rays against Colossi, because that anti-armored powered up Void Ray is deadly powerful when you can use the other Colossi to take out any anti-air that the opponent Protons has. So Mouse is taking the lead, on probe count, but Monchi has the slightly larger army with these Immortals, and that's scary to all these Stalkers. Although he has plenty now, he could, you know, micro back all of, or blink micro all of these Stalkers away from the pounding Immortals. You just gotta be really fast, because those Immortals take 3 or 4 hits, and then boom, they are good to go. We have no upgrades still inbound. I think they're going to do that after the first Colossi gets started, and stick a couple more players. Phoenix will be taken out really quick. No more Phoenix being built for either for Monchi, but he does have the Immortal advantage, and HasuObs bringing that in. But he goes for the first forge. He's going to be getting an upgrade much quicker than Monchi is. And it looks like he might be saving up his Chrono Boost for it. He's got plenty on the second Nexus, but Monchi also has a few. And pause. We gotta shut the window. And in 3, 2, 1. Sorry about the little jump if there is one. We've got the loudest garbage people in the world in my neighborhood, and 12-story buildings just tend to accentuate the sound. Looks like Monchi has taken the northern sensor tower, and HasuObs has the lower one. There is an overlap in vision, but now the view is seen by HasuObs, and he's got to kill some units, blink away, especially Zealots, so that he can focus on his mortal. His only mortal comes out, the observer comes in, and some blink micro splitting from HasuObs, but he's still really scared of all those immortals. I would be too. So a Colossus comes in, he's immortal comes off, the Colossus is HasuObs is so much more. It looks like this immortal will die, yes, but all the rest of these units get away, and now HasuObs comes to be a very good lead army with a significant number of units. This observer, I thought that was a pylon, and should be brought over for further high ground advantage, but now HasuObs is pushing some damage here. We've got 2 high ground colossi, but frags from a Monchi, and that is good game. He knew he couldn't take him off, or take him out, excuse me. And the bank, that HasuObs is just ridiculous, and he could 2 more colossi, a bunch of stalkers and zealots, and boom, game would be even more over if Monchi decided to tough it out and he actually won. So that is the end of game 3. HasuObs takes it 2-1, and we will move on to the next game hopefully pretty soon. I gotta cut these up. Cheers.